We're here for, let me just do a little adjustment here. We're here for a channeling. We're tapping into your evolutionary cycle of growth, natural evolutionary cycle of growth for this very powerful Taurus sun moon conjunction, new moon cycle for this month ahead, but also for the year ahead. You know, for this year, it's seeding really a yearly cycle as well, but it's compounded powerfully, strongly, significantly by the Uranus ingress into Taurus on the same day, which is May 15th. So I'm recording this on Saturday, May 12th. I have my gouache paints. I'm going to be channeling some art as I've been doing since the beginning of the year, and did a couple years ago as well. First thing, though, that I want to show you is I took a break. I recorded Taurus. I recorded Scorpio. Leo's been giving me a lot of views lately on the art scopes, more than a lot of the other signs. So I wanted to record you, but I wanted to show you something. I took a break from recording because a neighbor was going to show me some areas where there's some wild foods that I've been wanting to forage. And I've been looking for ramps, okay? So I just wanted to show you. I just collected these. You can see they're wet. I just cleaned them. These are ramps. They are like a garlic onion. You can eat the leaf. You can eat the bulb. Delicious. You can make a pesto out of these along with some seeds or nuts. Delicious. Amazing. You can eat the leaves in salad. Amazing. So, and not only that, Leo, and you're probably the only one I'm going to be showing this to. I'm not going to show this to all the other signs, but it's hard to see here. But I got also a whole bag full of fiddlehead ferns, which you can saute. You can cook them in a variety of different ways. So I'm going to have some fiddleheads tonight for dinner and some ramps. I need to go to the market and get some more ingredients, but amazing. I've been looking for both, but ramps I was specifically looking for. And I will tell you that Dragon, my cat, is just approached. So, hi, honey. So you're getting a little cat energy here as well. So Leo, I'm going to go ahead and start tapping in, okay? We're going to just see what forms, shapes, symbols want to come through for Leo. What is activated for Leo's growth and evolution? What's catalyzing a growth narrative that is just natural to your process right now? Okay. So Leo, I have a selection of colors down here. I'm also going to pull one of my Siri cards, my own deck. I'm going to pull a card for the growth edge for you at the end of the video as well. Let's see what's coming. I think you probably see my cat in the background too. So that's Dragon, okay? So you have a little cat energy here today as well. Leo the lion. He's an orange one too. He's my Ginger King. I call him my Ginger King all the time. So you're getting a little Ginger King energy in your video today. I also have my charcoal pencils here. So Leo, just give me a second here. And then we'll talk about the forms and the shapes and what's coming through here. See if you can see everything. I think you can. The sun's glaring in a little bit, but it looks okay. So Leo, what I encourage you to do is to tap into your own intuition too about what's coming through, because that's your psyche giving you distinct messages about what's coming through that's specific to your logistics, your life logistics, your distinct life logistics. So Leo, hang in there. I'm almost, it feels close to being completed here. So Leo, let's talk about what's coming through. Let's talk about the forms. There's a couple things. One, we got first this big green organic arc. It's like a loop, okay? So it comes up, down, and over. It's like a bit of a roller coaster of sorts. So what I get is that if we're talking about the theme for this month, what's activated, what's catalyzing your growth, it might feel like there's a lot of growth happening for you, whether it be work, creative projects, home, mind, you know, new thoughts about things, which is definitely very activated right now. Mercury has been on Uranus, so there's a lot of breaking open of the mind, aha moments, insights, awarenesses. It happens anyway with Uranus, kind of wherever it is, it's catalyzing different aspects of shift and change. But certainly with Mercury on it, the mind is breaking open now. And there's this square happening to with Mars that's up at Pluto. So it's big. But what I want to say with that, with you, Leo, is that there's some over the course of this cycle and the next 7-year cycle, because this Uranus transit through Taurus, you can watch some of the other videos at the intro, or actually, if you're willing to, throughout the video, because I go into a lot more detail about what's activated, the richness of Uranus moving through Taurus. Earth changes, body changes, material reality. There's insights happening, activated, catalyzed about the awareness that this is all truly a matrix. It is really truly a hologram. It is truly all your perception. There's shared realities, but this is not real. It's all just energy. It's energetic perception that's bouncing off of each other. I mean, I'm reducing it down with that. But what I'm saying is with electric Uranus going through Taurus, material reality will shift and change. and our understanding of it will shift and change. And what I get here with Leo is in this month ahead and in the next 7-year cycle ahead, because the new moon is coordinated with the Uranus ingress into Taurus, is that there's growth, but it might feel that you're dipping, or it might feel like it's gone down, or it might feel like it's going around, or that you're having to go around something that might feel either like an obstacle or a bump. The interesting thing is there's like this flower formation here. It's six-petaled, a six-petaled flower. No color wanted to be painted on it except for this faucet-like structure here that is connected to the center of the flower up through one petal. Flower certainly refers to a blooming. It refers to a manifestation. It refers to something that something creative that has blossomed, that's bloomed. And this growth movement, which is this roller coaster ride of green, something has arisen, and then it might feel like it's looped, but it's all around this six-pointed star. It's all around some spiritual manifestation. For a lot of you watching, you're going to know what this is talking about. It's talking about either a new business that you're launching, a new website, a new blog, a new business of some sort, a new partnership, a new creativity that's emerging through you, your artistic skills, you know. But there's something else here. There were what is like these lines, these green lines that happened here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But they're like stairs. To me, they felt like that we were looking at stairs. You might be climbing down the stairs, and you might be climbing back up the stairs. But it's almost like there's a feeling of going back and forth. And that's what I get here too, is that you might feel, there's growth. Wait, what's happening? That kind of thing. Okay. But the green is indicating that even though it might feel spiraled or not linear or not point A to point B, what I get here is that it's leading you to where you need to be. If it feels like 2 steps forward, 3 steps back, it's still leading you to where you need to be. And that 2 steps back is part of your spiritual growth process. There's nothing you can do about that. You can participate in and be awake as much as you're capable of doing in any given moment. And you're doing your maximum. So it's a matter of trusting and allowing and being honoring of your process. Understand and honor your process without judging it and making it wrong. Here, there's stairs. You've walked up, you've walked down. And Leo, what I've gotten at the end of all of this, and we'll talk about this that's coming through, is these red lines here. And you can see that red lines between each step, there's like this red energy that is kind of coming out and crossing each other. They're crisscrossing. And this could be arguments, disputes, obstacle, conflict. The red I'm getting is that these stairs in between each step that you've taken, each step of your growth, of your evolution, there's been some conflict. And I'm getting a lot of chills with that right now. So that indicates this is true for a lot of you out there, okay? But there, between each step you've taken into some growth that you're creating for yourself, there has been conflict. And this conflict has, let's say, extended out. And what I want to say with this, let's say, convergence outside of the steps and outside of your growth is that it's still in the air for you over the course of this month ahead, mid-May to mid-June, this Taurus new moon cycle. So it's still in the air. There's a feeling, there's a sense that there's still conflict, that there's still something that needs to be resolved, something that you need to come into some sort of a peace with. Maybe there's some apology that you owe or that you feel the other person owes, but we can only control ourselves. We can't control what the other does. And we have to learn to get back into our own space and get out of the other's space. Whatever they're doing, they're needing to do for their own soul process. And we can't always know why. Often we don't know why, and we'll never know why, but we have to trust it, you know. So here's Dragon again, showing himself to you. But so there is some conflict in the air that might be connected to what you perceive as your advancement. So they're in the background. You might be feeling about past conflict, past battle, past obstacle, right? So I see that being kind of in the air for you, that you're marinating on, you're chewing on. There's something there for you to gain some clarity around this month, okay? Now, there's a faucet here, and it's in yellow, which kind of can represent the identity, your solar emanation, how you project yourself out into the world, your persona. Your persona is bringing water. It's bringing emotionality. It's delivering something that you've created or something that you're creating is delivering emotional ramifications. Now, this could look like tears over here, but I have to tell you, I didn't feel like it was tears when I was painting it. I felt like it was just water dripping out. And what I get from that is that there's emotions being evoked by what you are providing. Now, because there's conflict over here that's still, let's say, in the field, this could be some regret, sadness, depression that has been a result of how you have brought yourself forward in the world. It can be that. But it can also be, hi, sweetie, but it can also be that, come here. It can also be that how you are being in the world just is emotional, or it evokes emotion in the other. Maybe there's a lot of drama in it. Maybe there's a big faucet of your emotions that comes out when you create or as part of one of your ways by which you show up in the world. It can be maybe dramatic or overly emotional. So you could drip emotion or leak. Could be leak too. It could be that this is leaking emotion, that there's some portion of how you are. You know what? And I have to say, Leo, this almost looks like an engine as well. It almost looks like a fan in an engine that's keeping it going. It might be that some aspect of your driver, of your engine, of your internal mechanism is leaking energy, emotion, depression. There's something, it's almost like you're leaking energy, and it could be causing a flood of feeling. It could be causing a flood of emotion. It could be, for some of you, causing a flood of depression. Now, that's not the case for all of you, because as I was painting it, what the real feeling was is that something is distributing or evoking emotion from your audience, from the people in your sphere, from people. And that emotion is creating some sort of a platform, some sort of a basis, some sort of a foundation for something that isn't necessarily bad. It could be that you're connecting to people emotionally, right? It could be that. But what I do want to say is I want you to really drink in both scenarios, because it could be that it's both and. It could be that you're providing nurturance for some people that are feeding them emotionally, and that there's also some level of conflict that is connected to a leaking of energy or a drama that kind of spews emotion where it is not tight or appropriate. I don't know if that makes sense, but it could be a leaking that's actually causing a floodplain, which is underneath. I mean, the water underneath is actually underneath this kind of knot of conflict that's still in the air, still in the energy system of a lot of you. That's what I want to say. So this month, and for the next 7-year cycle, because there is a distinct correlation, this Taurus new moon, zero accident, complete full alignment, that it's the same day that Uranus moves into Taurus. It's amazing, I think. So that kind of convergence of activity makes it so that our physical reality is shifting and changing. Certainly the theme for the microcosm of the month is now, but for the next 7 years, for that macrocosmic cycle of 7 years, that's also activated. Let's take a look at what your growth edge is, okay? So I'm using my Siri deck. I haven't used this in a while for the public readings. I still use them with my clients, though. By the way, for those of you who want to dive and want to connect weekly, I do weekly live streams with my patrons. And for those of you feeling ready to get really clear about your soul print, about your encodings, about your growth edges, about what's activated for you with this Uranus transit, be in touch. It's the time. It's the time. It's the time that we've reached it now. We're on the surfboard. We're heading. The big wave is coming. And the wave is not going to just be negative. The wave is going to bring change, and we're going to become good surfers. That's what we're going to do. But it's definitely not a negative thing. It's part of our natural evolution, you know. Uranus going through Taurus at this time, right when Chiron has moved into Aries, as we're healing the imbalanced toxic masculine. No accident with both of those things converging for the next many years. So it's an intense chapter we're moving into. It's one where mastery is required. And I definitely encourage you to get really clear, take full accountability of your narrative. Okay, beauties. Wow. So the growth, I don't know if you can see this. Hopefully you can. On here, this card, this is your growth edge for this month ahead and for the next 7 years. It's a generalized message for the next 7 years. Proceed, persevere, continue. Can you see that? Proceed, persevere, continue. Your growth edge is to keep going. Keep going. Even if there's a dip, even if it feels like something's collapsed, even if it feels like you're leaking emotions, maybe you're leaking mental energy because of conflict that's residual in your field, attend. This is about you taking full accountability for your narrative, for your thoughts, for your feelings, for everything that's happened in your life. Your soul is orchestrating this life narrative for you. Own it. Own it. Blame no one. They're just playing a role in your story. Very important, everybody. Critical, critical, critical. So proceed. This is about keep going up the stairs. Keep going up the stairs. It's about reorienting the mind. It's about understanding who you are, aligning with that, allowing the external world to have its due, to work out the bigger narrative that's playing out, to not judge it and make it wrong, to actually let stuff happen on the bigger scale that might not look pretty. Okay, this is about growing up. We're all growing up. Okay, so it's time, all right? And you can do it. And this is about keep going. Keep going. You're on the right path. It might not feel like it. It might feel challenging, but you're growing. You're growing, you're evolving. All is well, Leo. So be in touch. If you feel like connecting on weekly live streams and other things might be of service to you now, be in touch. Otherwise, take a look at my soul print identification services because it's foundational. It's foundational. Okay. The alchemy of holism.com. My name's Erin. I'm sending you all so much love for this cycle, and I'll talk to you again next month, maybe before. I am still doing this May Mastery Month. I've been doing a fast and a cleanse because I'm recalibrating my body system to meet it, to clean it up, to meet this time frame that we're moving into. For those of you that want to follow me on this journey, this May Mastery journey, you can follow my daily posts on Instagram, and the link is below. All right. For those of you who've seen this before Mother's Day gift certificates immediately available for you. So if that's of interest to you, be in touch with that. Link is below as well. Much love. Talk to you soon. Bye, Leo.